everyone. It's Colleen again for Puppet Wednesday. Hope everyone is staying safe and healthy at home. Today, we are going to be making some fairy tale paper puppets. Again, just kind of using things that you might already have around the house. Now, I've already created one right here. As you can see, I've got a royal person. And we're going to build a little friend for this puppet here, okay? So it's very, very simple. A couple of things that you will need is you're going to need paper. I used a kind of thicker cardstock paper, and then just maybe some scrap fabric if you have that laying around. Always make sure that you ask a big person before you cut up some things, all right? And I also use some yarn here and just use crayons and markers for the face. And you can see I'm also holding on to it, okay? And that is because I just found a stick from outside and glued it onto the back, all right? So we're gonna be making one of these together. Now, you will need probably some hot glue, okay? So if you have a big person around, make sure that you're getting permission and all of that good stuff, all right? So yes, you'll need hot glue, you'll need a stick, you'll need some paper, yarn if you want. It kind of just depends on what kind of character you're creating. So we have a royal person here, and we are gonna make bunny friend together, all right? So again, I've already kind of cut out and pre-did some stuff here, but you'll want to draw your character on your paper, cut it out, okay? And then you'll take your stick, right? And we're gonna hot glue the stick on the back of our character, okay? So it's gonna like go straight up the back there, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Just apply that hot glue. I like putting it directly onto the stick, and then just sticking it on the back of this bunny, all right? So you can see, again, please make sure that you're being careful, right? And make sure that if you need to have a big person help you out with this, absolutely do that, okay? So, got our stick on, right? And so this is kind of the base of our puppet here. Even now you can see that it kind of can turn and move, right? But we're going to add some fabric to it, just like we did for our little royal friend here. Now, again, I have an old sheet that wasn't using anymore, and so I just cut a square of it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be even. Just make it long enough so you can cover the stick, okay? So, and this is one part where you're going to have to kind of futz with it a little bit, where you're going to just have to be like, okay, I want it to look kind of like this or kind of like that, and you just kind of make it work, right? So I'm going to take my fabric, okay? I'm going to take my fabric. I'm going to take the two ends of it, so you may have to trim it just a little bit. I may have to trim it just a little bit, but I'll take the two ends of it, and I'm going to glue them right on the back, okay, kind of right over the stick, like that, okay? And I'll maybe have to like tuck this in a little bit. Again, you just kind of have to figure it out, what kind of like things you want your character to be wearing, right? So you have just a very basic thing right here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto my puppet. It doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of puppet building is just kind of figuring things out as you go. You can have a plan, absolutely. Like when I was first building that other puppet, I had a plan for it, but it changed about halfway through. So I had to kind of think about it, think about what I needed the puppet to do, and then also think about how I could make it do that with kind of the limited things that I may have at my house. So it's all about problem solving and adapting your plan. All right, so I'll go ahead and get this on. All right, you might have some extras kind of flopping around here. And again, kind of just, I'm actually gonna, so this is the raw edge of the fabric right here. I'm gonna tuck that under just a little bit and actually glue it onto the front of my bunny here. That way it has a little bit more of a defined kind of start to the neck, right? I'm gonna just kind of put it right there, okay? And kind of just like messing with it to make it look the way I want it to. And really, you just can create whatever character you might want to create. So I created a bunny here, be a friend to my royal character, right? But you could create a cat, you could create a dog, you could create anything. You could even create, like, I don't know, your family. That might be a fun thing to do, is thinking about how you can draw your family to become puppets and then put on a little puppet show with everyone. All right, let me just finish this up right here. Putting just a little bit more glue, securing the fabric a little bit better. Again, make mistakes. All right, so I'm gonna tuck that one more time. Again, right now I'm just kind of making the fabric a little bit more manageable for myself. If you have a bit of a smaller fabric piece or something that you might be using, you may not have to do as much messing with it as I've had to do, but that is a-okay. And make a plan, adapt it, right? All right, so we've got our rabbit friend and a royal character. And now, ready for a puppet show. Awesome. So my friends, we are actually going to be using these puppets next week, because next week we need a place to perform our puppet show. And we're going to be creating a puppet theater, all right? So make sure you tune in next week so we can have our little show. All right, I'll see you next week, and have a great rest of your day, friends. Bye.